We're here in the Thumb region of Michigan. We're going to check out two different communities along Lake Huron, Port Sanilac and Harbor Beach. Hey everyone, Scott or the Scott Man, and welcome. It is a beautiful November morning here, and why not start a little trip today here in Port Sanilac. Port Sanilac is a beautiful village located right along Lake Huron, about halfway between Port Huron and Port Austin. And this is quite a nice small village with a lot of great history and of course some great sights of Lake Huron.
Back in 1830, lumbermen arrived to the area to use the bark from hemlock trees for tanning leather. A shanty covered in bark was established and the area was called Bark Shanty Point. In 1854, a post office was established and the name was changed to Port Sanilac in 1857. Over here, this is Raymond Hardware. This is the oldest continuously running hardware store in Michigan.
Yeah, I will say the village of Port Sanilac is a lot smaller compared to Lexington, which is just a little bit of a ways to the south of here. Lexington is another cool village along Lake Huron. I have a separate video on that one. But over here, just about maybe a third of a mile to the south of downtown Port Sanilac, we have the Sanilac County Historic Village and Museum. It's a really cool museum. I don't think it's open right now, which is unfortunate because it'd be really cool to go inside, because the museum itself is inside the Loop Harrison House, which was built back in 1872 and became a museum in 1964. Inside you have a lot of different shipwreck artifacts, because there's so many shipwrecks that were off the shores of Port Sanilac and even up in Harbor Beach due to the Great Storm of 1913. There's also military memorabilia inside and even some cool Native American artifacts too. And for only $8 you can go inside the museum and also check out the historic village as well too. However, when it is open, it's a really cool museum and historic village you have to check out here, and not just Port Sanilac but anywhere here in the Eastern Thumb region of Michigan. Alright, so let's head over to the water next. And we're back closer to downtown Port Sanilac over at the harbor area. So we got the Port Sanilac Harbor and Marina. And although not really at this time of the year, but when it's a lot warmer out, you can put your boat here at the marina, and you can also take advantage of the boat launch that's over here and take your boat into Lake Huron. And over in this area too, there are a lot of great fishing opportunities, especially if you're looking to catch some perch, walleye, and salmon. And over here at the harbor area too, you also have a nice little playground for the kids and some picnic areas too. But the coolest part is there's a nice little breakwater pier that will take you out into Lake Huron a little bit and get a cool view of Port Sanilac from the water. But we have to drive over that way a little bit to get over to the parking area for that. And we're here at the end of the breakwater. This is a really cool view. You got cool views of Lake Huron and of course the harbor back that way.
This beautiful lighthouse is the Port Sanilac Lighthouse. This was built back in 1884 and was first lit in 1886.
Yeah, it's a little windy out there, but back in the warm car, and yeah, I had a great time checking out Port Sanilac. Yeah, it's a lot more of a beautiful community in the summertime, when it's a lot more active, but still at any time of the year, it's really cool to check it out, especially with the cool views of Lake Huron and the coastline. All right, so we're gonna head to the north up to Harbor Beach next. And welcome to Harbor Beach, Michigan. This is the largest city along Lake Huron that's north of Port Huron. It's a beautiful little community. We got a downtown, where you have a downtown area with a lot of shops, restaurants, motels, inns, you name it. Let's go check it out.
The area was settled in 1838 by lumbermen John Allen and Allenson Dagger just south of where Harbor Beach is today, which they built a sawmill. The settlement was later moved north to the current spot originally called Sand Beach, in which Sand Beach was renamed later to Harbor Beach in 1898. Harbor Beach has a lot of great shops, restaurants, museums, inns, and bed and breakfasts. As a matter of fact, there's even a campground just north of the city, which we'll see in a little bit. Harbor Beach is such a beautiful community to visit, especially during the summertime.
I have to say, it's a very nice city. Alright, so I'm starting to get a little hungry, so we're going to head over across the street over to Smalley's Bar and Grill. It's supposed to have some great sandwiches, burgers, salads, and even a few entrees like shrimp and like chicken tenders and chicken wings. So let's head over and get some food. Alright, so here inside, and very lively in here, I have to say. But of course, probably a big thing to do with that is that I'm filming this around the same time the Michigan-Ohio State football game. But yeah. So I decided to get their pecan chicken salad here. This looks absolutely delicious. Got chicken, pecans, red onions, lettuce, cheese, of course, and of course raspberry vinaigrette. I was going to take a bite here on camera. Oh, there's cranberries too. Trying to get, here we go, a piece of chicken. Delicious. The chicken's cooked very well too. Nice and warm. Great salad. Alright, I'm going to stop filming inside because it's only going to get noisier because of the football game. That was really good. The food's really good in there, and of course the people are nice and friendly too. Alright, so we got a little bit more of Harbor Beach we got to check out, but we're almost to our next point of interest. And just a little bit to the south of downtown, we have the Frank Murphy Museum, or Frank Murphy Memorial Museum. What's really cool about Frank Murphy is that he was born here in Harbor Beach in 1890, but I'm trying to hold on to my hat here, it's a little windy, but anyway, so back in around 1930, he was the mayor of Detroit for a few years, and then later in the 1930s, around like 1937 to 1938, he was the governor of Michigan, and then he became the attorney general for the United States right after that. And then in 1940, he was appointed by President Franklin Roosevelt, and he was a Supreme Court justice until he died in 1949. All right, coming up next, we're going to head over to the water. We're going to head over to that pier. All right, and let's head over onto the Trescott Street Pier for a great view of the harbor and Lake Huron. Built in 1885, the Harbor Beach Lighthouse is absolutely beautiful, and on Saturdays in the summer, you can even take tours out there. It is windy out there. That's why I didn't really talk, at least on camera, on that pier. But yeah, the pier is really cool. You can look out the lighthouse and out toward Lake Huron. But before we conclude this video, there's one more park we're going to check out that's just to the north of downtown. So let's head over there now. And we've made over to Waterworks Park, which is the park just to the north of downtown Harbor Beach. And over here we have some picnic areas, also some places for fishing, rental cottages. There's even a marina nearby. But a big site here is the Grice House Museum. This was purchased in 1874 by James G. Grice, with the wooden portion added on shortly after that. Inside you can see what everything looked like in the 19th century, including a former Fourth Order frontal lens from the Harbor Beach Lighthouse, which we just saw just a little bit ago. And there's even a 1920 schoolhouse, which was moved to the museum grounds here, too. And across the street, too, there's even a campground, too, if you want to go camping here in Harbor Beach. I've had such a great time in both Port Sanilac and here in Harbor Beach, Michigan. Both beautiful communities located along Lake Huron. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click that subscribe button to come along and join me for the adventure. And don't forget to click that notification bell so you know when a new video goes live. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out here from Harbor Beach, Michigan.